Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Coming up next, we've got what should be a good one between the monsters of the Midway, the Chicago Bears, and the Detroit Lions. With that, let's head inside to Ford Field in Detroit. We're standing by are the two men who will bring you this one, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be taken out by the product of the University of Louisville, the talented Teddy Bridgewater.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 5 catches, 53 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Got him. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Here's Bridgewater. He's got Smith here. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. And we look now at the Lions offense.
And the play of this offensive line is going to be so important in this game because we saw the sack a minute or so ago. They've got to be able to give their guy time to throw. That means communication and being physical is vital. Otherwise, this could be a long game.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some snacks.
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Off play action. Lawrence. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And this is gonna wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And Robinson with a big catch. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 45-yard line.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Off the bootleg. Lawrence. Blitz coming, and down he goes. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Operating from the gun. Lawrence gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. To throw, Bridgewater. And this one complete to Smith. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Here's a quick throw complete to Galladay. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They'll throw again. Bridgewater. Screen play. Johnson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. On play action, it's Bridgewater. Johnson's got it complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? Now Bridgewater. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
11 yards there and a Lion first down. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. This quarterback now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. A first carry now. This is Johnson. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Bridgewater rolling to his left. He's going to take, and he will score. Touchdown, Lions. Teddy Bridgewater. His 14th touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had a long drive going last time, but it stalled out. But still, maybe something positive to carry forward from that last drive.
Well, a few different things that you carry forward. Number one, as you noted, they were moving it pretty well, so that gives them a lot of confidence. The second part is, keep your defense off the field, gives them a chance to rest up a little bit. And last but not least, you've taken a good look at what you've done on offense, noted where the weaknesses are, and you know when you want to come back to them.
Like when you're organized with your points. Well done.
A, B, and C.
Now this throw caught left side. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Robinson's got it. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 42. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. He gets this one to Johnson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Here we go on 2nd and 12. He's got Burton here. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. They wound up getting nothing out of that 2nd down completion, so now here's 3rd and 10. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bears on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Lawrence. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Here we go. Here we go.
Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
And an alley to run. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. They go play action. Bridgewater. And that will be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
On second down, it's Allen. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. The Bears on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. He's got his tight end, Burton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. First down, a run with Cohen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
They'll run on first down. Allen. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Give them a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up third down. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. It'll be a gain of 6, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Throwing on 3rd and long. Lawrence. Over the middle, complete. It's Ferguson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 26.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run. This is Cohen. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 10 more there and another first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Kenny Golladay making his way back onto the field with the rest of this offense. 2nd quarter here, he has only 1 catch, but they have the lead. You got to think, though, he's going to be more involved at some point.
That's what you would expect, but sometimes what defenses do to take away a player of his magnitude, it costs them in other areas. And right now, with them losing, they may have to change their focus, and maybe he will open up a little bit more as the game goes on.
Yeah, well, so far, just the single catch. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And he'll find Golladay. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. On the ground, this is Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd and 11 now. Bridgewater. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Back out onto the field comes Allen Robinson. He's been good so far to this point in the 2nd quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Bears have taken the lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. Oh, look at the juke. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense. Rush coming, and he's taken down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's
I am.
miles away and smiling.
And happy.
50, plant. Rush in.
On third down, a run with Cohen, and he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts, so that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here comes the Bears punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Powers ahead at the 45. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. And Detroit getting set to go now. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Duke Johnson, the one he was looking for. Third down here. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. He's going to fire one deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big gain of 31 on third down. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Lions are going to jump back in front. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Tavecchio good on the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Tariq Cohen and the rest of the offense heading back out there. And, Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily when you've set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation And you're right, you can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
I'm guessing he's saying, feed me on the sidelines. Now will they continue to do it? To throw on second down, Lawrence. And he completes it to Cohen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. That is caught by Cohen. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been thrown. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Looking to throw. Lawrence. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Ferguson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half. Now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
Back to throw. Lawrence. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be a second and long. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this won't get there, won't be on line either. It's no good, off to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and a happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there as we look ahead to 2 more games later today and then a full slate coming up this weekend. Some of the best games of the weekend come in that 1 o'clock Eastern window, one of which features the Panthers at home in Carolina, as they'll take on the always tough Green Bay Packers. Lots to look forward to in the late afternoon window as well, one being a late start in Foxborough, where it'll be the Patriots taking on the Tennessee Titans. And finally, a good one scheduled for Sunday Night Football between the New York Jets and the LA Chargers. In our game, it's Teddy Bridgewater with a standout first half. His guys have the lead, as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
Now, he'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. No gain on the play there. Second down. Again, it's Cohen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. Throwing on first down, Lawrence. Looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. To throw again, Lawrence. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Off the draw, here's Johnson. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. He's got the hook up to Lee. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the first down carry. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. It was Justin Houston who got him down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Johnson. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Push him back. Push him back.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
A first down carry here for Johnson. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. Bridgewater. And it's caught. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. T.J. Hockenson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Extra point up and good by Tavecchio, and that makes it a 21-10 game. A 10-play drive that time. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They're going to try the jet sweep. Robinson with it. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11. On 2nd down now. It's Allen. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year as his guys are back within a single score.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And that going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
4 down, 4 down.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right here.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Bridgewater's pass intended for Kenny Golladay. Incomplete.
Here's Logan Cook now. He's been terrific so far. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Coming this way, here we go, here we go.
On 1st down, Lawrence throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Tariq Cohen out of the backfield. And now it's 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Draw play, Cohen fights loose, and some room to work. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 33 and a first.
I know the game continues to evolve, and we have a lot of exotic stuff nowadays. I can't help it. I love a good old-fashioned draw play.
Who's typically fooled on defense on a play like that, a successful draw play?
Typically, it's the defensive line that's fooled because they're just pinning their ears back and going after the quarterback. And once they create some space and you get past them, you usually have a long way to go.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And the catch made by Johnson. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 30. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now Allen. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Here we go. 8-3. It's a party now. It's a party now. Check 43.
On 2nd down, it's Cohen. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Let's go, baby.
It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. Tariq Cohen. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears have once again taken the lead. You know, the man on our cover, John Madden, so synonymous with these Thanksgiving Day games. He was on TV for these from, I think, 81 to 01, giving out the Turkey Leg Award and turducken he always talked about. Special when you got a guy going off like this. I think he would be a good recipient of the Turkey Leg Award.
Well, he's definitely already worked on that leg. Is it possible he could end up getting the whole turkey?
Yeah, give him a thigh,
or the whole turducken. And it's really great that you mentioned Coach Madden because everyone knows him from this. Everyone knows him from the broadcast booth. Remember, he won a Super Bowl as a head coach in Oakland.
Yep, he did indeed. But right now, we are watching maybe one of those turkey leg performances with his 2nd touchdown there. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now,
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Khalil Mack has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Back now at Ford Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on the
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved. They expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Lawrence. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll run it with Johnson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Lions on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Alert! 3 down.
Bridgewater on first down. And this is incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hockenson. And it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Bridgewater. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Johnson's got it complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
A nice run on first down gets him 6 yards to the 31. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They try again with Cohen. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. This is caught by Robinson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Lawrence. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Lawrence. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But I also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Completes it to Lee. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. He can run for it, and he will. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one, maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lawrence. He's got Burton here. So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. Operating from the gun. Lawrence. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Lawrence. And he comes back with one complete. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. From the gun, Lawrence. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Lions will take over. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. There's a ball thrown right side and complete, and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain there of 21 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the gun, Bridgewater. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down, Bridgewater. And he slings one that's incomplete. Marquise Lee, the intended target. But now it'll be 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. He may try and run for this. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. 1 score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Johnson, and boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Kerryon Johnson turned away on 4th down, and the Bears will get the football back.
Everyone gears up for 3rd down, talks about the importance of it, but 4th down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more, and, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on 4th down.
2nd and 6. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Cohen, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The run hasn't worked the last couple of plays. Now it's 3rd and 14. Now they'll run it with Cohen, and they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
58, boys, 58, 58, Mike. You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
Now Bridgewater. Open man is Galladay, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Back to throw. 15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Here's Bridgewater. And incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on fourth down. Now Bridgewater on fourth down. A really nice knockdown. He gets so much. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
The lefty Tavecchio now to add the extra point. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Throws right side, and that's complete. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
It's a gain of 25 yards. First down.
The previous play is under review.
Lawrence
All day, baby. Let's
complete to number 81.
go. Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Stay
First
with your
down,
man.
Bears.
Hey, go.
On first and 10, Lawrence.
Here we go. 91. 58 the mic. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Fight.
That's the end of regulation with the score all time. Jake Elliott set to kick off.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Man out, man out, man out, man out. Kill, 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 kill. Oh, boy.
The ball carrier. Jared Davis on the tackle.
56. Mike, 56 right there, right there.
Brings up second and 7 at the 26-yard line. Bridgewater's pass complete to number 89. A 1-yard gain
56 is the mark.
brings up third
I got one,
and
I got
6.
one, I got one. Watch the curve. Watch the curve.
Number 29, Tariq Cohen, the ball carrier. The tackle made at the 36-yard line.
Let's go, D. Get it.
Brings up third.
Come on, come on, run. Bring him in, bring him in.
A'Shawn Robinson on the
You
stop.
got it. You got it. You got it.
It's now fourth down. Lions take over first and 10.
Let's go. Let's go. 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. We own them.
Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. And a costly, costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security, and in overtime, so paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder if maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
Doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, it almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here. Field goal or a touchdown now.
Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo! Ready?
Following the fumble recovery, Lawrence. That's complete to Robinson. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. On 2nd down now. It's Allen. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
He's brought down at the 57-yard line. He's at 4. And it's third down.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run with Allen. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They stay on the ground with Allen. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first.
And sometimes it doesn't matter how big and strong and powerful you are. The defense is going to win an occasional battle, and they did on that one. Stopped him well short of picking up a first down.
Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So for the Bears, the win gets them a step closer to 500 at 5-6. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Detroit, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.